Hello, I'm Elgato and welcome back to the video. So one of the things you might not know about Minecraft is that it's not really an infinite world. Although it says it's infinite and it's functionally infinite, you'll never reach the edge in survival, you can actually go to a point where the world stops generating. And because we know on the console there is an exclusive edge where it's kind of like the old console version at the edge where it's just water and bedrock, we know that there's this interesting thing that happens where the farland should instead, but this raises the question to me of what should happen when you go beyond that point. So in today's video, I think it'd be kind of fun to work out, is it the same as the pocket edition off the edge? Can we see some of the really weird stuff that happens there? And what exactly happens when you go long beyond the farland is what we're going to be discovering in today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. You can like it if you do like it because it helps out the channel a lot, and let's say you do like this sort of video and want to see more like it. But with that said, let's get straight into talking about exactly what I mean by going beyond the farlands, because the farlands, again, it's something you might not be too familiar with because the competition worlds are advertised as being infinite. However, when you reach these coordinates right here, about 12550 800, again it's 821 821 each direction, but once you reach these coordinates in any direction, what instead happens is instead of keep on going on, what happens is your world kind of breaks in a bunch of ways, and at that very point, again 821 in any direction, the world stops generating and you instead just get ocean. So it's not quite just ocean because there's bedrock below it, and again it's not an ocean biome, it's just like no blocks can generate except water. Again, it's designed to match the console edition a little bit as far as I can tell, but then so as you can see, there's just at the edge here there's nothing there except just pure ocean. However, before this distance, a lot of physics start to break before then. Again, if you look around here, a lot of things don't quite work. A mob spawned there, then it fell through. Any mob that tries to spawn here will fall right through because the blocks here aren't really physically real. It's a very strange phenomenon to describe, but blocks here aren't real. A lot of the blocks that you do place around here aren't going to work correctly, so you can see stuff like this is a little bit strange. Look, this is a cactus that isn't real on the inside. That doesn't really make any sense, but that's a genuine thing you can see right here. Basically, things start to break at the edge of the world pretty darn fast. One of my other favorite ones is if you break any one of these blocks and make sand fall, the sand won't just fall one block like you might expect it to. So let's go for, okay, wait, let's go back a little bit. the block doesn't just break a little bit like you might expect. It just it breaks all the way down to the right a little bit. You can see the blocks fall a little bit sideways. It's strange stuff, but basically this is my point, is that things just get very weird at the edge of the world. We know this is a fact. However, what we don't know is what happens when you go long beyond that. So because this is big ocean, we don't know exactly how it's handled, so I figured let's show you what happens when you get to 16 million blocks. This is on the pocket edition, what is called the striped lands, I believe, where everything just kind of turns into 2D kind of facing stuff. So let's show you what happens in two separate cases. First of all, we've got 16 million minus 16 million. Again, this should be the corner farlands or the corner striped lands, but instead we just get more ocean, I guess. So let's drink both of these, by the way, just so you can really see what's going on down there. As you can see, it's pure ocean, except just above the ocean is this, big kind of icicle thing. And you can see it's not just a big, body of ice as the size of the biome would be. It's a big body of ice with this big strip of water running through it, which as far as I can tell is a river, and that means that this ice must be a ice biome with a river going through it, which is really, really quite interesting in my opinion, because it means that biomes still apply outside the edge of the world. Even though the world really isn't working here, and you'll see some crazy weird visual glitches, because again, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens here. Look at that. You can see through the ice, but only at a certain angle and only in a weird corner shape around you. You can see there, it goes all the way around in this weird kind of chunk shaped corners. But as well as that happening, you can see how the oceans kind of appear, because biomes function here. Even if the blocks themselves don't work, even if the blocks can't generate, the biomes are still happening, and that's still changing the water, which means that the water out here is genuine water with real physics stuff affected to it. And oh, you can see there, okay, this is even weirder. It looks like just above the ocean. Okay, no, it's just it was a weird visual thing, but it looked like the water was generating above it, which would have been some weird, crazy stuff. So as you can see, yeah, the farlands. Okay, so let's break a few of these blocks, and as you can see, just immediately absorbed by water. But it's quite interesting in my opinion just to see the way. so even moving around here is really tricky, by the way. It's quite interesting to me to see how the game tries to handle stuff like this, and the answer, I guess, is kind of strangely. It throws over a little bit, showing this is in fact a genuine ice biome. It's just nothing can happen here because it's just water and nothing but the edge. And even stranger than that is if we go to a different 16 million coordinate, so we go to plus 60 million, plus 60 million, so let's go like this. As you can see, we type that in and we go, and as you can see, again, this is 60 million, so about 4 million blocks from the farland. Here we can find there is a desert temple. So not only do biomes exist here, but the structures from the biomes can exist too, and even though none of this thing is real physically, we can still go inside the thing, which means that theoretically, as you can see, okay, wait, if we get properly aligned in this thing, you can see there are still chests here, which means you're gonna find yourself, or at least actually this is a good test. Let's see if we find ourselves any loot from over here. So let's just break these blocks and let's check the chest. As you can see, there is still loot able to be found even after this point. If you can somehow get her in survival, then guess what? You can find even more desert temples. So if you run out of desert temples in your world and you want to find stuff like this an enchanted golden apple, or just regular golden apples, you can find them by going past the edge of the world, where you'll find fake desert temples, or desert temples which are real that you can move right through, because things are a little bit weird. But then I asked the question to myself, what happens if we teleport even beyond 16 million? What if we just go really, really crazy and just go /TP and then like, like at P, for instance. Let's say we go all the way to like 100 million, so 100, I hope I got that right number of O's right, and then we'll go to 100, and then we'll do the same, press Y, and then 1000, wait, that's too many O's, 000. So assuming I got the right number of O's both times, again, it's hard to even check with that sort of thing. As you can see, we typed that in, and we've gone to 100 million in both directions. This is far beyond, this is 10 times the distance of the Farlands almost. 8 times to be precise, which means that, as you can see, we've gone so far that even the water at the edge of the world has started failing to generate, or it hasn't loaded in yet. It's hard to be certain which. The clouds in the sky are just shaking back and forth rapidly. They're not meant to be up here. They hadn't planned for this at all. And, that's, as you can see, it's 1e plus 8. We can confirm it is the same, and nothing actually appears over here. I think we go down enough, then we can't even go down ourselves. We're trapped in midair as well. So what we'll do is, we'll type that same thing again, except this time we'll go to like minus 100 million instead, because again, we'll see if like maybe we can get different results elsewhere, because it looks like we've gone so far that even like our position, it's just so subject to change, it just doesn't work. So 100, and then etc. Let's go do this. So over here, as you can see, this is the opposite dirt side. The clouds are less glitchy actually, and I can move up and down. However, the clouds, like, even though they're still moving, and okay, so the bubbles above me are kind of weird here. But you can see the clouds are just having one glitchy movement every now and then. Or maybe that was just the one movement ever. But if I had to guess, they're going to move left, like, maybe every 10 seconds or something. So instead of having a really subtle movement, they're just going to move all at once. And also, okay, you saw that, right? They glitched a little bit. And also, if I'm not mistaken, if we can move, again, that's that's something we have to see because it takes a while. Yes, there is in fact an ocean here. We can't see the ocean. It physically cannot load in for some reason, but we can go into it and we can see the endless abyss of Minecraft. But is there bedrock at the bottom? That's the ultimate question. And the answer to that question, I guess we'll find out at the bottom. Oh, there is in fact bedrock there. So yeah, as you can see through the bedrock at the bottom of the world because, again, the blocks just cannot render in any amount in any direction. And it's pretty nutty stuff, actually. But I feel like, okay, so we type this exact same corner in one more time. So we're going to copy it again, and then we're going to change it, and remove 10. So we only go to 100 million one direction, then we might end up at the stripe lands. Again, that's my theory here, because, oh no, it looks like once you hit 100 million in any direction, things are just so broken that blocks are here, and things, like, just about exist. Like, look, there's clouds all around me. Not above me, but clouds all around me. But yeah, as you can see, it's exactly the same, even when you just go to 100 million on one axis, because the game just cannot render in blocks this far out. So now that raises the question of, like, whereabout does it stop? Can we see any amount of blocks? Because again, there's something called the stripe plans on the Pocket Edition we haven't been able to replicate here. Oh, there we go. Like I said, that I knew there would be a way to do it. This is called the stripe plans. So it's really weird because, as you can see, like, if we go too far low, we just stop being able to see it, which is really, really strange like that. But if we go above the water level, we can see what is called the stripe plans, where the Minecraft blocks, they're still there, they're generating, and we can see them, but we can only see them from one angle, the angle that we're looking at, as far as I can tell. So we look over there, we can only see that angle. If we look over here, we can only see that angle. It's a very strange one. Oh, it's always this vertical axis. We can never see it like this, so if we go sideways, which hopefully we'll be able to. Okay, no, we can't. If we go this way a little bit, hopefully we can, like, line ourselves up over one of these. No, we've gone so far, once you get to 100 million blocks, it looks like you're not physically able to move no matter how hard you try. We can go up and down, but we can't, like, go left and right, it seems. Like, maybe we could ender pearl and make that happen. In fact, there's a good idea. Let's ender pearl over these things, because these are the stripe plans. This is where, the game physics are just that truly broken. And although exactly why it's broken is hard to say for certain on the Pocket Edition, and it's even harder to say, like, on this version right here, this is still the wackiest thing I've seen in so long. Like, this is just, it's just all there is. There is just endless stripes, every, like, chunk or so, if I had to guess. Maybe a little bit less than a chunk, but every 8 or so blocks, you can see there's just, like, the bedrock, not even the bottom layer, though, because you can see, there's missing bits of it that you can see in an endless amount in every direction, which is pretty nuts like that. So let's grab ourselves some ender pearls. I'm never quite sure what's where. There we go, ender pearls. Let's grab ourselves some. Let's throw one over there. Oh, we can't even see the ender pearls. Oh, so as you can see, this is the stripe plans, which is strange because they generate above the thing. I thought it was the below layer of bedrock, but as you can see, these stripe plans right here, which we can't teleport to. Oh, we're in a layer. We're literally stuck onto a layer right there. So that means we should be able to fire one at the next one. And yeah, that means I'm physically stuck on the bedrock. It's two-dimensional bedrock layers that happen below the ocean. And oh man, just raise a whole variety of questions. Like we're on one right now, but we just and you can move along the straight plans if you want to. So you can see the endless just series of bedrock on both sides of you. You can see that there's clearly meant to be a block here, but I'm in the middle of it, weirdly enough. And yeah, this is one of the craziest things that does exist on the Pocket Edition. And it looks like it exists here on the Console Edition too, which isn't too surprising because it's the same engine, but it is surprising given they changed how the file lands works. But something like this is just a physics glitch, the way the game renders blocks just not working, and it looks like this is carried across both. So you can see the file lands, and all you have to do, sorry, the striped lands, and all you have to do is type 100 million in one coordinate, and then some other amount on the other. Not 100 million, but like 10 million seems to work just fine, and that's how you find yourself the stripe plan. So that was a fun little investigation. I hope you did all enjoy it. Hopefully you learned something from this video. So you can go below it, by the way, and you can still see the stripes, which makes it even stranger. And we can see a village up there too, where the village has generated all the way down. Can we get over there? There's no way to get over there, I don't think. But can we wait, if we go above the water, maybe if we're really lucky, we can oh wow, okay, I wanted to end the video, but maybe if I throw an end pearl just right, it's gonna get me close, and then we could throw another one. Let's try and get to that village, because there's, again, the water here, even though it clearly exists, it hasn't physically rendered in, which means that maybe, just maybe, again, I mean, not for certain. Oh, okay. So, there it is. Okay, so I don't know. For some reason, even though I threw it towards it, I ended up, not actually going very close to it. But see, what just happened there, for instance. Okay, so now we'll go up above the water again. This is our challenge today. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can end up going to that village. So, okay, we're above the water again. We're getting, I feel like a tiny bit closer, but, I can't genuinely be certain. So we'll go way high in the sky. Fire one that way. I think the ender pearl's been caught on something, because we look like we're maybe, 15 stripes away from it. And if I go up again, if we don't get any closer, then it looks like, physically moving along this is just too hard, because we're stuck on the block or whatever. But the dream is, yeah, we're physically stuck on some block here that we can't see, but is preventing us from getting closer to this thing. Okay, so I did actually work out a way to get closer to the village, and, what I found out was pretty, insane to me, because the village isn't just oh yeah, so it's a village generating above the stripe lands, which would be pretty strange by itself. I was already kind of weirded out by that, but it's actually a stripe lands village in the terms of the fact that, the village itself isn't a real village, it's a 2D village as well as the rest. You can't probably see it from this angle, but as we go left and right, you can actually see how, it is just 2D stripes going every 4 or 5 blocks, which is just so strange. It's an incredibly fake village, and if we want to get even closer to it and actually go into the thing, then we'll do this right. Okay, wait, we did that slightly wrong. If we go close into it and we go with plus 100, just like that, and we do this a couple of times, then we actually should be able to end up inside the thing. So just like that, now we're inside the village, and as you can see, this is just this looks like some fake Minecraft, but no, this is a real thing inside Minecraft that you can really end up doing. You can be inside a 2D village, I'm on some weird village blocks right now, and yeah, you can experience it like this. We still can't properly, teleport to any part of it, but we can see the entire thing like it is. Look, we can see inside the church. It's a 2D. It's so strange because that's clearly multiple blocks, but they look like they're just one, combined block. There's some blocks in front of me, some blocks behind me. All the blocks do exist, but I'm seeing them from a 2D perspective. Look over there, you can see the same thing. It's making so little sense to me. I have no idea how this is happening. If I had to guess, all of the blocks from what should be the 4 blocks around it are being compressed into one, and it's creating this just absurd thing. You can see that what should be the roof tiles on there. This is the strangest glitch I've ever run across, and I figured I would share this 2D village. Again, this really happens in Minecraft. This is at, if you want to see my current coordinates, it just said I teleported to, actually, I guess we just do this again. It'll say it on screen. So we teleport to roughly 100 million, whatever. You got the coordinates there on screen. Eventually, if you find a village, it'll happen like this. And yeah, any other structure should be the same. What I think would be crazy, though, is finding a wooden mansion like this. I don't know how long that would take, how possible that would even be to find, but a wooden mansion like this would be the crazy thing I want to see. And if you find one of those, let me know in the comments down below, because I'd love to check it out. But for now, this is the strangest thing I've seen in quite some time. Like the video if you liked it, share if you really liked it, subscribe when you're around here, and I guess I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.